I must apologize to you all students, but Sir Grayson was called down to an event in Crooked Wood in Valpin. So the last half of his tale shall have to wait. I'll be instructing your next class. This time, a history lesson. Boo and moan all you like, but the histories of this kingdom and this very college is the reasons as to why you are allowed to study here in the first place. For our history is monumental, pivotal, in understanding sorcery in all aspects. Many amongst you by now, or may not have noticed because you are all dimwits, that Lochwyn, in its entirety, is an elven ruin, perfectly preserved and untouched by the sands of time, standing ever strong and floating amidst the clouds hidden from prying eyes. It has been here longer than humanity's existence on this earth, before all of us in fact. Well, aside from us. Especially the Kaitoden, who's way older than all of you. My name is Lecturer Draken, and if you have not guessed by now by my physical appearance, I am indeed Vosmanen. Dragonkin, Dragonborn, whatever you wish to call me, is all the same. I'm here to give you an idea of the origins in sorcery for the races that populate Icilion today and where it all stems from. Let us begin. By now you should know that Lochwyn is a kingdom in Thymesia. If you didn't, then how the hell did you get here? It was settled by humanity many hundreds of thousands of years ago. If you know your history, humanity used to be a ragtag bunch of bandit clans. All were nomads, all were barbarians. No offense to the humans in the class. All the clans, except those who settled in Lochwyn, were, well, primitive to say the least. The humans who wandered into the lake-ridden lush forests of Lochwyn began to feel connected to it. The place hummed with an aura that was unbeknownst to them. We know it as pure magic, or the Aether. The lingering feeling you all feel, that I feel, that allows you to cast spells on a whim. Some of you are born with such a gift, others learn it. The first human settlers needn't make structures or huts. They instead inhabited the city that resides below us. All buildings, though covered in moss and greenery due to the passage of time, remained intact. A wondrous sight, I must admit. Though I am jealous, I wish I could have seen it for myself. The humans seemed confused as to who or what built these magnificent structures. But as you all know, and if you haven't guessed, or haven't understood it by now, again I shall ask the question of, what are you even doing here? We know it as the elven structures of Lochwyn, ancient. To save you a grand history lecture, you'll get that in third year, time went on. Humans adapted, grew, and came across other humanoid races. But the ones in Lochwyn had encountered the half-elves first. The descendants of elves who bred with early humanity before the events of the Blaze. They remembered much of the old times of the ancient elves. These half-elves established a friendship with the humans and lived amongst one another. These half-elves managed to communicate through the forgotten and dead language of Elvish to the ancient stone structures, and envelop themselves with aether magics that swam across the lakes and embezzled itself into the stone magnificent towers. There they were able to crack the secrets of ancient Lochwyn. They taught the humans how to harness such power, connecting to nature and especially the moon. Connected by circles of nature in all manners. These early human spellcasters were known as the Druids, and Druids are still around today, but more adept at their spellcasting than these prior humans. They were able to defend themselves using magic, but it was still so incredibly raw for humanity and other humanoids that decided to venture to Lochwyn. Other races such as mine, the Vosmanen, due to our ancient age, and the Kaitonen and the mythical Dream Striders, had already possessed a natural connection to magic. Other races, some of which you are, such as dwarves, gnomes, halflings, Nithias, Kopreshi, and so on, had to learn through tutorage. However, humanity's touch onto magic was instant, and this surprised the half-elves. Many of their kind seemed annoyed, as many of them still blamed humanity for the damnation of their ancestors. Even though we know humanity had nothing to do with their damnation, it just so happens that the church likes to put the blame on your kind, and not their mythical angels. Still, magic was taught, crafted, and the aether winds were shifted and changed by other mortal hands. Despite their immediate positive response to magic being a gift, there were those that could not contain magic as well as others. These occurrences still happen today, though in very rare cases, mind you, across all races in Icilion. They are known as the ethereal enveloped or just the enveloped. They are those who cannot contain their magical abilities, unlike the rest of us. Their spells are wild and always ending rather badly for the caster or others they have come in contact with. They cannot control their gifts given to them. Some are driven mad, others are dead once born, or others manage to control it and harness it to deal massive amounts of damage. And they are worthy enough to pass through our gates, but under precautions, of course. The elves and subsequent half-elves are masters of magic, hence why you'll find most of the founding members of the college, aside from King Inoldus himself, are half-elves. Their mastery of magic was unparalleled, and other races seemed to grow jealous. Humanity felt, well, blessed to learn such an ability from the ancient half-elves. This resulted in multiple avenues of magic, all of them established and taught here at the college. Humanity and other races such as the dwarves were able to usher in a new age of magic for Icilion. As the new age of Icilion was ushered in, other races began to experience explosions of magicka. Other races were learning and tutoring magic. Humans seemed to still have that natural touch. Well, is it a natural touch or was it given to them by the half-elves? That point of history we're not too sure on. But other races such as my kind were able to harness more magic and teach other races more and more. There were those who were blessed with the ancient powers of magic that the elves once had, but there are those who still need to learn it through study, many of which are you lot. Yes, some of you are natural-born sorcerers, given descendant bloodlines from various sources, but the majority of you are here to study through text and tomes and ancient scrolls, and there is nothing wrong with that. Some of you need that. Others, such as the clerics and paladins, are given divine powers, though I look down upon you. Your healing abilities are fantastic. Though it is true sorcery I am here to teach, not religion. There are other spellcasters amongst you, the bards, for example, able to channel song and, well, use their charismatic charms to their advantage. Many succubi benefit from such magics. Passed down from generation to generation, we harbour the ancient scrolls of magic, which you'll all start learning from very soon, I promise. Magic was widely sought after by every race in Icilion. As empires rose and kingdoms were structured, the ability to cure grievous wounds, create warmth, life, food, came with a parallel. To destroy it, to take things away, to use magic as a weapon. Magic in its purest form was sought by warlords, conquerors, kings and queens, and other such vile people. Of course, we, the college, did not give out such knowledge. We only gave it to those who sought defense from these barbarians. Though, of course, we did not foresee those who would betray our college or even leave it. After gaining such powerful knowledge, they went to these warlords mainly for money, employment, and trained vast armies of battle mages, spell blades, such as the like of the hexes that Grayson spoke about. This was all birthed from chaos in war. Many kingdoms went to civil war with one another as the Arid Empire was built, their damnation of other countries through magic and fire was total dominance. Magic was being used for the wrong reasons, and of course, the Church of Foxton. Of course, the benevolent Church of Foxton had to step in. And there, they decided, under the guidance of Pope Uberto and Arch-Paladin Horace, that all manner of magic except for clerics and paladins must be banned. This also included us, because of course they put the blame on us. They wouldn't dare put it on the noble tyrants that supplied them church money, would they? Now, moving on. Master Dragon! What in the stars do you want, Paolo? Forgive my intrusions, Dragon, and for disturbing your lesson. But this requires your attention. Speak. We have found a Foxton spy within our halls.